Hey everyone, and welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for everyone in general. I do hope to get back to the zodiac signs as soon as I can. I am working full time, so I'm trying to squeeze in time to do readings and healings for my paid clients. This is going to be for everyone else that can't afford it and really wants to know what the energies are going to be like for this week. I thank you for your support. Please like, share, and comment, and also subscribe. I really look forward to your guys' connection, your guys' comments, your guys' insights. So I'm going to go ahead and call on my guides and your guides and all beings of light to assist me with this reading, and that you get a clear and accurate message for you. I will leave my links down below in the description bar, and I will also try to leave it in the comments as well. This week I'm using Conscious Spirit Oracle along with Heal Yourself reading cards. I have Van oil. I have my protection oil right here that I make. That's in 3 ounces. I also have my Van tea lights that I make that are infused with Reiki and all kinds of crystal chips and herbs and other oils. I have lepidolite. I have bay leaf. I have opalite and also mystic merlinite. So I'm just going to go ahead and just shuffle the cards, be thinking of the energies. This is for November 19th through November 25th, 2018. And just calling on everyone's guides and my guides again to get clear and accurate messages for anyone that watches this. There's some cards. The cards are flying out and they're in reverse. I feel like there's 1 or 2 more out of this deck. There they are. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle this deck. There's one. And if I take a pause, I'm drinking water and I'm channeling. I've been very thirsty lately, so that is why I'm trying to keep hydrated so that I can do my readings accurately. Okay, a lot of cards came out, so evidently a lot of people need messages for this week. So we see here for this week, root chakra. What I'm feeling intuitively is a lot of people are stressed. A lot of people are stressed about the holidays. They're really stressed about their finances, about their physical life. I'm seeing a lot of us are fighting against ourselves for some reason. I feel it's because it's so familiar, because of what we went through in the past with other people, with ourselves, with our body, with whatever it might be. But the next energy that we're looking into for the week is your throat chakra. You really need to ask yourself what story you're telling yourself and how it's really manifesting in your reality. And I'm not saying be in denial. I'm not saying fake it till you make it sort of energy, but you really do need to be more gentle with your throat chakra, what you're saying, what you're thinking about, how you're communicating with your angels and guides, how you're communicating with other people around you and with you. I'm seeing a lot of environmental stress. This could be from work, it could be home life, it could be just the media in general and what we're partaking in, what we're absorbing. This could be, and I'm not seeing that it's necessarily free will choice at times, because I'm seeing a vision of someone sitting in the room with someone and they're flipping the channel to the news station. And, you know, that's upsetting. But it doesn't mean that it's technically that vision per se. It could be things like you're trying so hard to bridge a gap, to make someone be more gentle with you, to possibly mend a relationship, but this person just keeps getting under your skin and they trigger you. They know what triggers you and they keep feeding that negative aspect to keep you stuck in a story that you've been in, you know? So what guides are suggesting this week is to really look into the earth element. What is going on in your environment? Can you bring more crystals in? Can you bring more of the elements in? Could you perhaps do more grounding techniques? Can you bring flowers into the home, light a candle to feel more grateful and accepting of the energies that are around you? How can you really transmute that energy as much as you can? I'm seeing shungite as a crystal. I'm also seeing green aventurine. These are great crystals to work with when you're trying to transmute any negativity, especially when it's kind of inevitable because of the people you're around or the environment that you're in. We're also looking into the fire element. This is about how are you motivating yourself to get out of these energies? Are you working hard? Are you saving money? Are you changing your habits? Are you changing the way you look at things? What is really motivating you and transmuting that energy? You know, how are you bringing that warmth, that love to yourself? How are you really illuminating, so to speak, the situation as much as possible? And yet again, I want to remind you, because my guides are telling me that a lot of people say that, you know, that people are in denial. Yes, they could be, but you don't want to allow their denial to take over your truth, to take over the experience that you're personally experiencing. Sometimes you got to block yourself from their energies. So another great way would be black tourmaline, black onyx, psychic protection prayers, you know, calling on Archangel Michael, whatever you can do to make you feel like you're very, very protected, that firewall protection energy. You might actually have to get some firewall protection oil this week to really neutralize those energies as much as you can, because we see this card in reverse, and this is balance. This is saying that you're not needing to wait for the permission slip to everything to be balanced, everything to be perfect, to go after what you want, to get out of that situation. You cannot wait for that. What I'm seeing, Spirit, show me that tax return. You can't wait all the time for that, because what it's going to do is it's going to damage yourself in a way that is, it might seem uncurable. You know, you don't want it to affect your spirit. I'm seeing a lot of sadness, a lot of tears. Fed up is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Archangel Michael in reverse. This is saying that perhaps Archangel Michael is not the only angel you need. Maybe you need to call on all 7 angels this week to get you through these energies. It's also saying, how can you be your own warrior spirit? How can God be introduced into this situation? Can you call on God? Can you call on your spirit guides, your ancestors, or your higher self and say, I'm kind of fed up and I don't want this to end worse than it needs to be. Is there any solution that I'm missing? I'm giving you permission to step in, to give me that divine intervention. I'm giving you my free will and aligning it with God's will, and wanting to find that energy, that gateway, that doorway to go through it. You know, I can't do this alone. It's not really about giving your power up. It's not really about giving your free will up completely. It's just about exercising your free will and no longer being in a detrimental environment or a detrimental headspace to where you just keep feeding that energy over and over again. Wild in reverse is saying that you might have to take a different route. You know, how can you react differently to these energies? Can you go to someone that can support you? Research, even possibly just go the opposite way. If you have tried the confrontation and it escalates, perhaps you need to get away completely if possible, because we see in reverse home. You're not feeling at home within yourself. You're not feeling at home with the work environment. You're not feeling at home with your spirituality, your emotional self. Maybe you're in physical pain. Maybe you feel as if your body is not your home because you're in pain and you're struggling. As someone with chronic illness, I understand that, you know, you feel like your body is not your home at times. You feel like it's a battleground. So how can you reintroduce your body to comfort as much as you can? Not depending on pills, not depending on other people or sleep per se, or food. How can you introduce something different into your home environment to really release those energies of blocking, you know, the blocking energies? You also have purge in reverse. This is saying that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to admit that you need that extra person for help, that you need to seek out a new form of courage. Do you find it within prayer? Do you find it within your church? Do you find it within a community? Do you find it with the archangels? Do you find it with crystals? Like, what is your courage? Your courage is inward a lot of the times, but sometimes we need that physical reminder that yes, it's in me, and it's going to come out with the confidence of that extra trigger. And I don't mean trigger in a negative way. I mean a trigger as in a motivating way, as a way to ascend and reach through that stagnant fog energy so that you can rise above and see the clarity and know that the fog is not going to stay there forever, you know? And then we have entrapment. And this is saying that a lot of us this week are feeling entrapped. For some reason, we feel as if someone is like really hovering over us, this negative energy. So using those oils I mentioned, I like Van Van. Van Van is a great way. I make my own candles with the Van Van oil that's present, and I also mix it with Reiki. I mix it with other herbs and resins and crystal chips and all kinds of things because I want to make sure it's extra potent and it has my own spin on it. So how can you release those grips of that entrapment energy, that mentality? How can you do that? I'm seeing that a lot of us are overlooking small steps or small, I want to say small changes, or even, it's kind of confusing how they're showing me clairvoyantly because I see like a spreadsheet, you know? I'm seeing contact list, I'm seeing, you know, budget, I'm seeing charity, that's the word I'm seeing. So I'm seeing like a strategy plan of getting out of this energy, buckling down and working hard, no longer procrastinating this energy and saying that there is a way out. And I'm going to find it. I'm going to get that energy and I'm going to get out and I'm not going to return. Again, I'm not doing it because I see that there's an energy that's like almost like following us because we yet have not changed the actual problem for it to stay away. So it could be your own protection skills. It could be your own faith in yourself. It could be your own ability to work hard and yet not overwork, you know, because if you overwork, then you're going to get sick, then you're going to go back into that debt or whatever it might be. You know, I'm just speaking from personal experience here. But there is energies that you can escape from this week if you really sit down and you ask your guides, you ask yourself, you ask a spiritual counselor, you ask for a sign or someone to help you, or even yourself that you've never asked yourself before. Ask yourself a question that can really spark your mind and can really motivate you to see a different way. I do hope that this makes sense. I'm seeing a very heavy energy this week, but yeah, again, I want to remind you that this is approachable, that this is, it can be conquered and it can be solved and there can be peace that follows. You just really need to not give yourself an excuse to not try. And I'm seeing that also we need to be honest with ourselves with the pain that we're feeling. And I'm not talking about the pain that is hovering over us or attacking us. How are we attacking ourselves? How are we keeping ourselves trapped and tracking this energy back to us, okay? I do hope that this makes sense. I'm wishing everyone a great week. That if you need help or you need support, please reach out and know that you're not alone. The energies are very heavy right now, and I don't know what it is, but I do feel like it's something to release a lot. I don't feel like it's here to keep us stuck. It's here to like show us what we can do to get over it so we don't have this energy again. Thank you so much, and I will leave links down below if you feel guided to donate. I'd be really thankful for that. But either way, I hope that you guys watch this and comment or at least like or share. And I look forward to the next reading with you guys. Many blessings, and have a great Thanksgiving.